Yeah, if everyone can mute, just so that we can start with the presentation. Thank you. Well, so let's just do the screen share, and then we'll. Hello everyone. I hope all of you are doing well. Can you hear me? You can just raise your hands if you can hear me well. I'm here with all my friends here in Nairobi. Sorry. Hello. Can everybody just say hello to all our friends on the other two sides? So, hi Louise. Good to see you too. So we have people from France, Kakuma, Dadaab, and Nairobi. We are from 4 sites right now, guys. So that's something, huh? Okay, so we've had a very exciting first day in which we spoke about, we all formed groups. We came to know each other very well. And then we started helping our 4 organizations who are trying to improve employment in Kenya, right? So as we were trying to develop solutions for them, the first thing that we did yesterday was to identify the problem. We understood what was the problem in the sector. So for example, in remote working, why are refugees and migrants not able to access these jobs? We really understood the problem deeply so that we could understand how we could formulate solutions for them. And for that reason, all the groups came up with 3 or more solutions on how they could solve this problem. So really bravo to everyone who have done this really hard work. Now let's get ready for day 2. Now, before we go into our working sessions, I wanted to take you through some of the principles that will be interesting as you develop your solution, because tonight we are going to be pitching to all these projects, right? And when you're pitching, it's really important that all the elements of your project is clear. This is how our respective projects such as Fit for Purpose or Turkana Voices can really take the solution and adapt it. So we really want to make it tight, we want to make it crisp, and we want it to be solid. And that's what we're going to work towards today. So one of the things that we can do today is that we're going to start building something of a prototype. You know, a prototype that can be used. Now, prototype is a big word. You're like, what is a prototype? Is it an app? Is it a website? Prototype is anything that you can use in order to get feedback from your clients. So it can be a WhatsApp group, it can be your mobile, it can be anything. So, but a prototype as a concept, you need to understand, and that is what we will work towards. But before that, another concept that we want to understand is who is the person who is using our service. So for example, yesterday, our friend here for Reframe, he was talking about how does the website become better for the RLOs. And when he was talking about it, we were like, but who is this RLO? And we started with the persona. And what we did was, okay, this is Jonas. Can you see me? I don't know whether it's visible, but say Jonas is the founder of the RLO, and try to think of some of the characteristics that kind of make your persona more clear. He is, for example, 33 years. He is a refugee in Kakuma, and he has seen that there were many of his friends who were unemployed. He wanted to make sure that he can find them an employment service. So try to get a backstory so that you can understand who that is. Now remember, it does not need to be you. You cannot make yourself as the persona. Try to be inspired by your friends, try to research, try to understand who can be your ideal user so that your user is the person that you look at as you build your service and as you go deep in your project. Now, from that, I will take you very quickly through what you can do, a simple prototype. a simple prototype is also a storyboarding. You can do a storyboarding to understand how does your product or service work. So a simple exercise that you can do is you make 6 boxes. Simple, right? Like it's like when you're at school. That is how simple it needs to be. And you make 6 boxes. And now imagine if you are working for Fit for Purpose. And for Fit for Purpose, you need to imagine that moment in which they are getting that work. So for example, Jonas, he's sitting here and he has a computer and he went to Upwork and he's getting 150 euros per month. Like, what is your success in order to reach? Like, you need to visualize the success moment of your product or service. And then using these 4 boxes or 5 boxes, you can imagine how does your user moment by moment arrive at the success point. So Jonas, he was here, he was in Kakuma, he was a bit sad because he has no job, no money, and he did not know what to do. And then he went online, he got a computer from his friend, Nick. Nick said, oh, look, I have a computer, why don't you take it? So he gave him a computer and he said, start learning graphic designing. So then he started putting the graphic designing. He is like this. So by using this product, by using this method, you can start to visualize whether your product or your service is working towards this as the end goal. So this is a method that some of our friends here used in Nairobi, and I think it could be interesting to use it even for the other groups. Define your user. Who is the user? So in Turkana Voices, who is the user for the project of Turkana Voices? For Fit for Purpose, who is the user? All of you, you know kind of the user, but go a bit more deeper in it and try to do a user journey in order to help you visualize how can your product or service reach the end goal, which is the end goal of each of the project. So that is the storyboarding process. I'll be happy to get on another call because we don't have a lot of time, but I'll be happy to again explain this a little more in detail later if you guys want. And now we wanted our friends who have built a simple prototype yesterday, a simple website in order to start testing their product or to start testing their service. So they will be coming right now and sharing with you how even today, if you want, you can build a simple website in order to start testing your service, because it's not very difficult. It's really a simple, it's really to start seeing whether all the assumptions you made, what you're thinking about, whether it's working or not. So can I ask my colleagues to join me? Come over. Please, come. So you have to be here. You can just screen.
Hello. Can everyone hear me? So I want to project.
You'll have to just screen share.
Can you just screen share? You could just take this. Yes, come. You could just do it here.
It's already open.
One of the tabs.
You have your Gmail sign in.
So it's already open here, look, right?
Yeah.
But you can just open another
Yeah.
tab, yeah?
That's good.
So then we'll just share screen. Okay, we're just going to share screen, everyone, so you can follow this. Yeah, there you go. It's probably best to move this.
Hi, good morning.
Morning.
How's everyone? Good?
Yeah.
Awesome. So this is our Pascal. I hope you remember me. We were here yesterday, right? So you don't. What happened? Oh, I just saw you. You came in? Awesome. So we're just going to explain a little bit about this Google site. It's a tool that I've learned some few years ago. It's easy and
Come closer.
Yeah,
because
Kakuma,
the
Dada,
people are
in
used
France,
to-
they're looking at you here.
but they can
Hey!
see the face.
You come closer for them to hear you.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
I'll do so. So this tool is called Google Site, and it helps us create demo, sites. Something that you can just present in a few minutes. Like you have an idea, you want to quickly present it out. Okay, like a sample. Okay, a graph of a website. Okay, and then it's also live. You don't need to have a hosting or any of this thing like a domain. Just very quickly, you get it online and you have a link, a shareable link that you can send to somebody, and then you will have access to the page very quickly. Easy, just within 10 minutes, it's good. Okay, so I'm just going to open a new browser. This is the project that we worked on yesterday. I'm going to start another one that we'll do it right now. Okay, then we're just going to search for it. First of all, it's called Google Sites. We open another browser, and then I'm writing Google. This one, huh? Yes. Help me, please. Yeah, so I'm just searching for Google Sites. So it's the first one here on the list, okay?
Yeah. Google Sites.
So we just click on the link. Yeah, we have, that's the dashboard, okay?
Yeah.
You're given some few templates that you can quickly start up with. Like for now, since we have less time, let me take this aside. Let me project, right?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So that's already a demo, kind of a template which is given to us, okay? We're just using it very quickly for the test here and there.
Okay. Done.
Okay, so that's the dashboard. Okay, we're giving the project name here. For instance, let's say Kakumat. Kakumat, right? I can skip this. We have this header. You can add something else by just inserting. You see here, like for instance, this is a section, okay? This is a section. Now, for instance, let me say I want to add some products, okay? I need another section which has some products. I just come on insert, then there are layouts here. You see, I can just click on this and it's added automatically on the page. And then here, I just click and upload something like an image. You see an example of this, like the one we made yesterday. These are an example of it. So we can add images here, and then whenever you click, it takes you somewhere. It leads you to another place. You get? Yep. So let me say what else we want to add. Yeah, form.
The other section that you had in your website. The other section, the clients, I think, the buyers.
Oh, those are in the login sections. Okay, fine. I'll try to talk about that as well. We also use in most cases these forms. Like you can create this very quickly, have a link shared to people to collect that information. You just insert a form very quickly here, and it will be added in the form. Let me see the link. Okay, here, the one we made, you can see on the contact section, there's this form. It is embedded on the site. And then here, if I just want to collect some information of the user, you see, it's even there. Just click in, and then whenever they submit, I'll have the data saved somewhere, very, very easy to access. Okay? And it's even required. You can't log in without, you can't go to the next thing without filling this out. Embedded on the page, which is very good and easy to access. Because if it's all about coding now, you could be working on a server, you need to connect with a database where the information is going to be saved, all these things. But this one's super easy. Lastly, yeah, so adding a page. Let me say we need some more page on the site, okay? Can scroll up. Yeah, so now we have 3 pages. And again, it's only on the side and there is a menu there. Maybe I just want them in line, on a line, on the header side. I come here to change them. Where's the setting? You see, the mode of the header is in the side. I want it to be on the top. I just change that, publish. Okay, and then I'm setting a link. Let me say Kakumat. Oops. Oh, it's already taken 1. Fine. Kakumat 1. And then I publish. Now you see, this site will have that name. Let me view. Oops. Okay, so I can view the published site. So now I can send to anyone and they will have a clone of this. They will see exactly how it is here. And as you can see down here, the link is Kakumat, right? It's sites.google view kakumat/home. So that's the that's the given address that we can have. Okay, send to anyone, you'll have the clone of this. I was also setting the menu on the header. You see it's changed to side, okay? What else? Nice design. Yeah, so just quickly, if there's any question that I can take and then.
Anybody has questions in Nairobi? If not.
Yeah.
So what are things like
Domain.
So if you go to the domain, if you want to get to your own website.
Okay, that's.
Can you repeat the question because I don't know.
Okay, the question is, this is a default given domain that we have, right? By Google. If, for instance, you want your own domain like pascal.com, so is there a way? Yeah, I'm sure there must be a way. Okay. Okay, so I think you need to go to the site, custom domain, start setup, and here you set it up. Like now, okay, I have my own domain.
Then we see whether it is already there or not. It's already taken.
So I think that will verify.
So you see, there's some few steps here. You just verify them, and then if it's yours, it will link them up. They will ask you for verification. Okay, and then you take that code, the servers from the hosting. I don't know, the INS, yes, the INS server. You copy them and then come and paste them. Bam, it's connected, and that's how it will interact. Okay.
So Louise is just reminding everyone that there is a workspace on Slack set up. So if you join Slack, you'll be able to join that channel where we'll be able to share all of these resources.
Okay, so is there any other question? Okay. Another question? Yeah? Yeah? Come on.
Yes, the question is,
Yeah?
we do see when doing web hosting,
Yeah?
we do have to pay for the services. For how long is Google going to support this for free? Or
Okay,
is-
as long as you have your hosting, I mean your account, which is Gmail, you'll have this site. Okay, I hope I've answered your question.
Which account? Google account.
Yeah, if you have the Google account, it's only requesting for a Google account, as you can see here.
Okay.
It's only a Google account, yeah. The hosting and their domain, it's free. But if you're going to add another domain, which is now another platform where you're buying the domain, then it will have an expiry of after a year. In most cases, depending on your choice.
Any limitation?
Limitation, as in?
Do they have restrictions like you can't do more than 5 pages? You can't add.
Okay, I haven't experienced that. But let's give it a try. Maybe 5, okay? Let's add.
Okay.
Adding the second. So it's going on. I think how many pages do you need?
I was just
Okay.
asking if it have got limitation on that, but if it is free, then well and good. You can have as many pages as possible.
We have more than 5, that's good. I hope
All
that's more than enough you need.
Okay.
Awesome. Any other question? You can share with some people by clicking here, and something before I forget, it's mobile responsive. You can have it in a laptop, desktop, tablet, and all these things. Let me check and test here. Inspect, where is inspect? Oops, should be the setting, maybe. Pardon? More tools, advanced. Back. Yeah. So as you can see here, responsive, this one. Now we are opening it in a mobile device. It's like it's in a phone, okay? And it's completely fitting everything. There's nothing actually floating on the right of these things. And you can see on the down here, it's very, very, everything is aligned in order and how very responsive. You can see the banner, the menu has even like squeezed into a menu. Okay. So mobile responsive, let's try another format like an iPhone X, the Galaxy, whatever. You see, it's changing the size itself, right? Yeah, that shows it's completely mobile responsive. Yeah, that's it.
Perfect, thank you. That was really, really useful. I hope everybody learned something today. And you're going to come up with some amazing website prototypes for this. So we're going to leave the school now and go into working and some mentoring sessions. And we'll be doing again. Yeah. Some people do or everybody does. So there is a mentoring session now going on Google Meet. So yeah, feel free to join that. But yeah, happy working everybody, and we'll see you later. Bye.